Hello everyone and welcome to the VBLS playoffs. We're here in semi-finals and my computer is absolutely dying. It has genuinely been crashing in the middle of playing the background music all the dang time, and occasionally my cursor will completely disappear from the screen. It is admittedly somewhat frustrating. But you know, we're here, we're doing it, we've got this, we're grinding. We're here in playoffs against Pop and Fresh, who has a really interesting team. And it's not necessarily one that I feel incredible matching up into. But it is a team which is flawed. It is something I had what I felt like it was a really consistent plan to prep against. However, it turned out that actually a bunch of Pokemon lost moves from last generation, and then the moves they lost are often ones that I think add a bit of depth and flexibility to them. Specifically, Ninetales lost access to Swagger. I was originally really hoping to run Swagger Ninetales with Mirror Herb Urshifu, and then the +2 attack Acrobatics. He's really good into this team. Unfortunately, that's not exactly how it's going. It's not how it's going at all. The same concept is still sort of there. At +2, Acrobatics gets through everything except for Fizz Def of these three, or then Drain Punch for that guy, the resists. And then they have to Terra into a type that's neutral, and they'll die to either Wicked Blow or Acrobatics at +2, unless they are genuinely near max Fizz Def. And even then, they're not threatening back with an Oko. Unfortunately, when I have to take some chips to get a weakness policy or stuff like that, it becomes much less flexible. So that is unfortunate. But yeah, it does mean I get to bring. I didn't do the thing. I don't even need that open. Upload to PokeaimMD. That's what we're looking for. So instead, we have Ice Shard with Terra Flying Urshifu. And that is the plan. Wicked Blow, Drain Punch, Acro. The thought process still works really well. Obviously, Intimidate from Arcanine can be an issue. That said, I do have a lot of stuff to threaten Arcanine outside of that. Obviously, the Sandy Shocks itself. We do have Terra Blast Water on the booster energy. With the maximum attack, we have the Scarf Veluza as well. Fortunately, Terastallization exists, but we're going to pretend it doesn't. Final Gambit hits every single Pokemon with the exception of Tyranitar and a max HP Arcanine for a one-hit KO, which is awesome. Tyranitar and Arcanine both slightly over that 90 base HP, but it is probably still something I'm going to wind up using. I don't want to go into Terra Water over Terra Grass because they're probably going to sash the Bruxish, and then we need to Dazzling Gleam and hit it with Sash. I don't know. I'll end up just deciding to go Terra Grass because they love running Sinistcha next to Bruxish to set up Trick Room. And then going for Rage Powder and Trick Room. So I want to try and threaten that with the Sash Sleep Powder with Compound Eyes, which is over 100% accurate, unlike the Hurricane, which is 97% accurate, I think. Either that or Sleep Powder's 97, and then this is 91. I don't remember. I hate trying to remember the maths on the Compound Eyes. Maths is not my strong suit. So yeah, it's definitely interesting. Sandy Shocks is here with 4 attacks. I really wish I could fit Protect considering it's a Trick Room team, but I do think I need the Terra Blast for Gliscor. There are definitely going to be matchups, and Sinistcha. There are going to be matchups where it's okay, if I have this Terra Blast, I lose, and if I have this Terra Blast, I don't lose. If I don't have the Terra Blast, I lose, and if I have this Terra Blast, I don't lose. So that's sort of where I'm at. I don't like running multiple Pokemon that want to Terra. I need to change the Vivillon's name to just Vivillon here for this to work. And now it should just show me the sets. Sinistcha. Let's run a VGC set because I misclicked. That is obviously quite good as an option. That's sort of where we're sitting. And let's challenge the Poppin of Fresh. And otherwise, hard-walled by Gliscor. Or not super hard-walled because the other move's fine, but it's not good. Regulation F, best of 3. I forgot it does this. Challenge. I hope I haven't accidentally run any illegal moves. I'm pretty sure I haven't. Hopefully my opponent hasn't accidentally run any illegal moves. Hopefully they haven't. I don't think any of these moves are illegal. I did double check, but I'm still a bit nightmarish. And I've Rain Dance Weather Ball to be able to, for one thing, boost the power of the water moves on Veluza and Flutter main, but also to get rid of the sand could be impactful. And Weather Ball, it allows me to hit both of the flying resists for super effective with with Weather Ball after a Rain Dance. And I can already hit. If Sand is up, Weather Ball Rock is super effective. Yeah, well, so both having IT issues. It's just that their IT issue is mildly less annoying than my music that's just starting all the time. Yeah, honestly, it's not just the music that's been affected. It's been a real issue trying to get my computer together for this. I don't really know what's going on. I tried like shutting it down for a bit, and that doesn't seem to have fixed anything. I'm hoping I don't have like some form of malware or something, because performance is really struggling, and I'm not doing anything particularly hard or interesting. Obviously. Oh, here we are. Good luck and fun. Hope your camera is working. Okay, so they didn't bring Fika. Interesting. The other Pokemon are not particularly surprising. I wasn't sure if like what was going to stay home from like the Fika and other Mons option, because Fika was another check to Sandy Shocks. This feels like I need to go with the Vivillon Veluza lead here. Unfortunately, Final Gambit does fail into Sinistcha. I don't feel like they have a great answer to the Vivillon Veluza lead. I can't sleep Powder Komodo. Like, I guess like Arcanine would be annoying next to Sinistcha. I don't know, maybe. Not even super annoying, but I don't know. Yeah. And then I want to follow this up with, I think, Sandy Shocks and Flutter Mane. Game 1. Oh, I wonder if it says this in the replay bit now. Oh. Yeah, so the Tyranitar did come. And that makes me think that this is very likely to be Overcoat rather than Bulletproof. So it does mean having Shadow Ball is fine. I could leave Vivillon next to Flutter instead as well. That's also an option. I definitely need to to Sleep Powder the Bruxish. Man, Flutter is a strong Pokemon. Alright, I'm gonna go for it. Snorunt gets to come. Snorunt is actually potentially threatening an Oko into Gliscor, depending on how the Gliscor is trained. Not a Game 1 lead, though. I want to try and discourage them from leading Sinistcha so that I can lead the Urshifu plan Game 2. Whether they lead Sinistcha this game or not. Okay, yeah, this is sort of what we expected. So the most consistent option is just going for Dazzling Gleam and... Sorry, I'm just gonna... 98, okay. So I could go for the Dazzling Gleam, Terragrass, Hurricane. So that plays around them being safety goggles or anything on the Bruxish. It might lose to Scarf Bruxish and them sitting Trick Room. It could also lose to the Sinistcha sitting Trick Room. I think I have to go for the Terragrass Hurricane into Bruxish here, though. Because Dazzling Gleam plus Hurricane picks up, and I don't want them to get in Trick Room. Rage Powder, 91%. Oh, that's a lot of bulk on that. That's a lot of bulk on that. Okay. Going for Protect on the... Okay, so it may not be Sash, based on that damage. Doesn't seem like it has a lot of damage itself, right? I think I am still throwing Hurricane. Okay, wait. So it's only Sunny Day that drops the accuracy. Yeah, I thought that was correct. Yeah, I've already burnt my Terra. Having Snorunt in the back here actually would be pretty good, because both these Pokemon are in range of Snorunt, and it is the slowest Pokemon in this matchup, because they didn't bring Vikavolt. And it's like, it's pretty threatening to everything except T-Tar that's in the back. So yeah, I definitely want to protect the Flutter here, because, not Veluza, whatever this Pokemon's called. Broxfish is threatening into it, and I want to go for the Hurricane. I should technically Weather Ball, but I'm going for the Hurricane. Okay, let's see what they go for with... Okay, they missed that. They did go for the Wave Crash. Okay, it's not a terrible start. Not a terrible start at all. Still having the Sash on Vivillon is always good. I think I'm likely switching Veluza in... Like, I don't want to switch either of them in because they're both weak to Machagotcha. Maybe I should have targeted the Sinistcha down, because it is the spread move mon. Okay. Interesting, interesting, interesting. I definitely want to go Sandy Shocks. Honestly, I might Sleep Powder the Tyranitar. I think I'm going for the Sleep Powder into Tyranitar play, and I'm really hoping that they don't randomly pick me up with, like, Rock Slide? Plus Machagotcha, which is very, you know, it's better odds than it was when they didn't have that up. 98% of the time, this Tyranitar is asleep, and I get to see if it's Lum or Safety Goggles. That is the best possible play to have come out from there. Okay, wow, they are continuing to miss. That is so much damage. Okay, Sleep is really good for me. Unfortunately, I do not have Protect on. I do not have Protect on Sandy Shocks. I actually don't keep my Sash. I was thinking I did, but I don't. So I need to bring in. I need to bring Fluttermane back in because it actually has access to Protect, and I need to Hurricane the Sinistcha. Gosh, that is a decent bit of damage. Okay, interesting. I need the Tyranitar to stay paralyzed. They haven't used Terra yet. That is challenging. I think I still throw the Hurricane into Komoa. This is actually really bad. So they could Terra set up with Komoa. I think I need to risk the Tyranitar waking. I think I need to go for Dazzling Gleam and Hurricane into Komoa. I don't think I can afford not to. I think if I want to be able to clean up between the Sandy Shocks that dies to Life Orb and the Veluza, I need a lot of damage into Komoa. Okay, it's Ghost, and they woke up. Yeah, I think that is immediately losing the game. Shadow Claw, yeah. Someone wake GG. Because that also means they're immune to Final Gambit, which, I mean, I probably lost anyways, but yeah, no, I think that is massively game losing. Getting chip into both of these Pokemon is a really significant position. Yeah, dying to everything is really bad. I guess I could Terra Blast into Komoa. They didn't take Sand Chip, so they are Overcoat. Well, that's bad. No, that's not true. It did take Sand Chip. It took Sand Chip, so it's bulletproof. It's bulletproof. Okay, that's good to know. I was blind and I missed this. Okay, I'm going to throw the attacks into Tyranitar to try and get information on it, or should I be throwing it into? Let's just throw him into Komoa. Or actually, I think I potentially have an out. So if I throw that, okay, yeah, that did 35. I probably shouldn't have thrown into the attacks into both slots. So let's see what information I've gotten from that. So brutal RNG. Brutal RNG? I don't know if it was like there was a lot of weird RNG this game. I don't know if it was like brutal. Komoa. So that suggests to me it's probably Iron Defense, right? No, Night Slash did 35. Oh, that might even be that. No, that's at least max HP. Okay, interesting. And then it was Earth Power into Tyranitar. Let's get the level 50 Tyranitar. Oh, actually, was that Komoa I was calcing level 100? Let's go back to Veluza. No, it looks like it's just some bulk. Tyranitar, and what am I looking at here? What did they click actually? They went for just Shadow Claw was the only thing I saw. Yeah, I mean, I think I've lost, but I'm gonna try. I should have gone for the Sleep Powder turn 1. Actually, no, I killed Bruxish early, which I do think was the correct play. Yeah, I mean, that's not great, obviously. But no, I need to know what the Sandy Shock's damage was. Control of Earth Power, 42. So that suggests that they are a Soul Vest. Okay. It's in front. If they hadn't woken up, I think I could have won there. They are bulletproof on Komoa. I think I'm going for a very similar lead. I think I have to go for the same lead. Veluza in the back did not wind up working out. But Snorunt in the back also would not have worked out. I mean, this isn't like the Ice Shot tech doesn't work because if they're leading Rage Powder. Yeah, I mean, they wind up being more specially defensive than I would have expected. I think I may bring Snorunt just because it pressures the Sinistcha effectively. Not amazingly, but somewhat. Okay, so now the alternative play here is the Dazzling Gleam, and then we go for Sleep Powder this time. We're pretty sure this Bruxish is Safety Goggles, but I think that I have to go for it anyway. Is that true? Do I have to go for it anyway? Yeah, I think it's Safety Goggles, and I think that I still have to go for it anyway. But is that true? How do I feel about just going for the double attack into, like, the Dazzling Gleam and then Hurricane the Sinistcha? Because still having my Terror would be good. Right? Like, this is surely Safety Goggles. Problem is that they do have the ability to at least threaten Rock Slide, right? So yeah, I could just throw the Hurricane into Sinistcha. I could honestly throw the Hurricane into Bruxish still, and expect the Sinistcha to Rage Powder. No, I'm bringing the Snorunt because it's good into Sinistcha. I shouldn't go for... I think I go for the Sleep Powder play, even though I think it's game losing if they are goggles. But I think my only out is them not being Safety Goggles and me connecting the 98% accurate move. They haven't clicked anything, which suggests to me that they may not be Safety Goggles. They may be Terra Grass, and they may be considering going for Terra Grass. Okay, yeah, why did that turn take so long? That turn takes so long, lol. I mean, not really. Okay, so I almost went for the Sinistcha play. I mean, yeah. If you were Goggles, then you didn't really, like, you weren't even bothering like that. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, game is just over, right? I should have gone for the Hurricane play into Sinistcha. I considered it. But yeah, I mean, I figured you were Goggles, but if you were, I lost 100%. I don't know. I feel like that was also the wrong turn because I could have gone for the Hurricane play. Obviously, I wish I had. Wave Crash play worked out. So GG. The incredibly specially bulky Bruxish just was game breaking. Getting the burn obviously helps them make up for the misses in the previous games. Why did I kill that mon? The whole thing was that mon I could kill with the other guy. So they're gonna Rock Slide and Wave Crash this slot. I can't do anything. I need to go for what? Double Protect or something? I mean, they should always, in my opinion, double attack the Flutter slot. I'm gonna go for Degleam. Protect doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna go for Degleam in the hopes that they double the Vivillon. Like, I have to go for the Degleam Sleep Powder play. Knock off. Okay, same. Like, this mon doesn't even get Freeze Dry, so I can't even threaten the Bruxish here, which is annoying. And I've already used my Terra, so game is over. I don't know. I feel like I just wasted Poppin's time entirely with this. Like, it's just the safety goggles meant that there was really no game here. I guess my out is an Ice Beam Freeze into Bruxish. Knockoff is also like an absurd buff on Tyranitar. I don't know why they gave it to a mon that was already pretty solid. Not having Protect obviously sucks, but yeah. I don't know, like, I'm just entirely... so, like, what, my out is Ice Beam freezing the Bruxish here, I think. I don't think I have any other out. The AV Tyranitar is also just absurdly difficult to get through. So, yeah, I need to Ice Beam freeze the Bruxish, and if I do, then maybe I have, like, a 10th of a chance. No, okay, cool. No frizz. GG. I mean, yeah, it was just over. I had the whole thing that I could have potentially brought, but it just didn't work out. Post-game debrief. I actually don't like, on a lot of other channels, they just stop recording the second the battle is over. I feel like there should be, like, a post thing. Yeah, I guess I shouldn't have run bulk on Flutter. I should have gone for more special attack. Hey!
Hey!
I've sent you my paste. If you want to pass me yours?
Yeah, let's, 1 sec.
I'm sorry for wasting your afternoon, by the way.
What are you talking about? It's all good.
You know, it's just like, you know, I was basically a formality there. You know, I don't know. The fact that you had the right Bruxish set, I actually think you threw game 2. I was considering going for the Hurricane into Sinistcha. I don't think you ever lost if you went for the Rage Powder play, except for like a Hurricane Confusion into Bruxish.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you were going to try something else into Bruxish or what, but I thought maybe we'll just switch it up and go for Sinistcha.
What could I do that would beat Rage Powder?
That's a good question. I don't know. I wanted to try something else that game.
Yeah. So I mean, look, I think that there was a version of that where you wound up losing. I was really hoping to actually not have this very specially defensive Bruxish because I wanted to bring the Snorunt Urshifu version of the team, but you just won even when I like did my lead that was supposed to check it. So
Yeah, it was. I had to prep a lot for this. I do love the Snorunt Urshifu combo. That's pretty sick.
I just didn't get to do anything, so it was a shite combo. Wound up meaning that I had an Urshifu that wasn't able to do anything, and my game has crashed. Great. Yeah, my computer is not liking today.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a rough start.
I genuinely feel like the second that you had this set on Bruxish, you know, there wasn't even a point in me turning up for the game, which is not fun.
Yeah, it sucks just to see that happen. What was Terra? I think the Bruxish was calced to live Specs Fairy Moon. Specs non-Terra Moonblast from Flutter main. Pretty much everything.
It had to be Energy Ball, right? It had to be Terra Grass to avoid Rage Powder.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That makes sense.
Yeah, the fact that the Hurricane didn't manage to pick it up because you had this very specially defensive set just meant there was nothing I could do.
Yeah.
And I did consider, and like I talked about in the video, going for the Hurricane into Sinistra, but I didn't think you would throw.
Well, you thought wrong.
Yeah. What a weird Sinistra set. Why is it 7 and 77 EVs?
I got bored and I just think, because you had the 4 EVs left over, so I figured spice it up a bit.
Okay. Fair enough.
I had to use all my EVs available.
You actually have 6 EVs left over? Because you have 510 EVs, not 508. And you can put in one. And if you are putting a Pokemon in a level 100 format, if you put them below level 100, they want you to put an extra 1 in one of the numbers.
Yeah, I remember doing that before. I must have fucked something up on Sinistra then. At one point.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, AV Tar, ridiculously difficult to take down.
Yeah.
The fact that
I was hoping that
the Terra Ghost on Komodo as well mean that I couldn't even beat it with Final Gambit. The fact that Final Gambit doesn't work on Ghost type seems really dumb.
It should be a status move.
Like, I don't know. It's like, yes, I'll do. Actually, no. I tested it. The first thing I tested was whether Final Gambit affected Sinistra. But yeah, I mean, you wound up bringing both the Pokemon that lived. You didn't go Extreme Speed on Arcanine.
No, what did I have? Originally,
You have Fairy Terra Blast, and then you have Rock Blast and Rock Slide, and I don't think any of those moves are particularly seem like they take the place of, like, a Rock Blast seems actively bad.
Rock Blast was for Sashes.
Yeah, but you got Sand.
Specifically, yeah, but I was considering leading with Arcanine and Sinistra or Bruxish. So in that situation, if
that was the lead that I was hoping you had, because that's a really bad lead. Yeah.
Against a G-Rod for sure. Yeah.
Well, I don't. I mean, like, what? I didn't bring Ninetales. Ninetales was the only Pokemon, like the only other Pokemon on my team.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like, it's not like what I had was ever going to change much. In a similar way to the only other Pokemon, like I did prep for Vikavolt and Mienfoo. I was actually surprised Vikavolt didn't come because it was slower than all of my anti-Trick Room mons.
Vikavolt was on the pace up until like the very last once over I had.
Yeah, I don't know.
That last score would be more fun.
I think
it didn't even show up.
Yeah, I think it would have been a really dumb game if you had, like, if I had made that play, because I don't think I ever should have been able to win against your turn 1 with the spread that you had.
My I guess my turn 1 game 2 was kind of, maybe there's something Electric has in the back that I'm not accounting for, and they're really going to try to kill Bruxish, so fuck it, we'll make Sinistra do it instead.
Yeah, I mean, not that I killed either of them, because Pokemon just aren't good. My Pokemon just aren't, I don't know. I mean, obviously, this team with the draft limitation of only bringing Pokemon in Pokedex Black meant that I, for one thing, have a bunch of absolutely useless Little Cup Pokemon, like
the Cricket,
Timber, Probopass, just absolutely unusable. I'm sorry, Steve. Even with Steve's coping, it was still not good on Steve's team. And, like, on my team, it's been even worse. And then, like, Nimble is doing no damage. It's like, well, the great thing is it ignores your resists. The problem is it doesn't do anything to your neutral Pokemon. So
yeah.
Like, I looked at it. I've tried it on the team, and then I'm like, no, it's still terrible. Even with a Helping Hand.
Choice Band, Helping Hand, Terrabug.
It's still not.
Just giving nothing.
It's still not KOing anything.
Right.
Even if you aren't intimidating me with Hawk.
Yeah.
They couldn't even KO the Head Smash Hawk. Yeah, no, it's just. I don't know. Draft limitation was annoying. You have. Do you know what the super frustrating thing was?
What?
Originally, I prepped to have Swagger Ninetales, but it doesn't want Swagger this gen. Like,
oh really?
They made Ninetales so awful. I think that I genuinely, like, I mean, I 100% think you lost if I was able to run Swagger Ninetales, because you can't Rage Powder that. And I would have been the Terragrass Acrobatics. So then Terragrass Acrobatics at +2 into, I mean, any Bruxish, but honestly, even most of your other Pokemon, it, like, is just dead.
Yeah.
So
dude, Urshifu is impossible to prep for.
Well, it's actually really possible to prep for when you can't run any fucking support for it, because none of your Pokemon get useful support moves. I literally don't have a single Pokemon with Swagger. And last gen, I think every single one of my Pokemon that was in a previous generation except Probopass had Swagger. So Snorunt used to have Swagger. Vivillon did not. Ninetales used to have Swagger. Snorunt used to have Swagger. Urshifu used to have Swagger. Timber used to have Swagger. But none of them have Swagger this gen.
Life's rough out here for the unsupported Urshifu.
I almost brought the Scarf Probopass discharge, and then I realized it was still slower than even Komodo. No, it was 1 point faster than Komodo. It was still slower than Hawk. Oh, that said, apparently it would have been really good into the team you brought, so should have brought the Scarf discharge tech.
Classic Probopass.
But yeah, I just couldn't play around Rage Powder with the Ice Shard. Yeah. And the fact that, yeah, Final Gambit not working into Ghost type system, and Night Slash is such a, like, Aqua Cutter, I've said this before, Aqua Cutter is one of the worst implemented moves. It's so limited in distribution, and it just, if it had 5 more base power, it might be usable.
It's, yeah. Psycho Cutter and Aqua Cutter, they're just, and even Night Slash, they're all just fucking shitty clones.
I don't have a problem with Psycho Cut and Night Slash being terrible, because they have really broad distribution, and, like, you know, like, Psycho Cut doesn't miss, right? I don't really care about Night Slash. There's a million other good Dark types moves, right? But Aqua Cutter is like a move that they made this generation.
Nothing actually learns that.
Yeah, like, nothing learns it except Galley, and Galley beat me in playoffs with it. Yeah, I don't know. It is very frustrating. Like the fact that a Terra Water Aqua Cutter wouldn't have KO'd the Tar you brought is really stupid. If it was 5 more base power, it would have. I think it's like a roll with the bulk that you've got. I remember I was looking at one. I was looking at one of the bulkier Tyranitar sets. No, sorry, that was a roll with a helping hand. My apologies.
Oh. Yeah, Veluza's doing no type of damage. I was also, I didn't expect Mold Breaker on that. All my calcs were sharpness.
Oh my god, I did it! Oh, it didn't. Sorry. Okay, no, that explains why the damage is so bad. I genuinely thought it was sharpness. I didn't realize it was Mold Breaker.
That'll do it. I see that come up like, oh, so you have Aqua Jet against Bruxish. All right, good tech. Thinking about the Arcanine matchup.
No, that was so stupid. That was okay. Jesus, no wonder. Oh,
because I was doing the calcs after, and it was
Yeah, okay, that's really.
I thought it was a.
No, that was just a complete flub on my end. Oh, okay, so yeah. If you add less bulk on the Tyranitar, then Terra Water Aqua Cutter can do it. I had Rain.
There we go.
Yeah, I don't know. I had a bunch of cool stuff, but your like Sinister Bruxish League just meant I couldn't play the game. So, just like, you know, it was like when you led those two. If you made the play that you made in the other game, I should just forfeit from there. It was just a formality from that point.
Yeah.
Even with like the really bad luck that you got, because you were a Assault Vest on Tyranitar, there was no way I was going to be breaking it. Yeah. So, you know, I got pretty lucky game 1, and you completely thrashed me, and then like, yeah, it was pretty, like, you know, luck wasn't a factor in game 2, and you completely thrashed me, so just sort of wasted your time, you know. I do think your team is flawed, but my team is
for sure
completely incapable of exploiting those flaws. Mostly because it's really shit.
Yeah, my team is it's been tough to work around. That's why I had to go so hard on Trick Room, because my fastest thing is Gliscor, and I have no other speed control besides
I mean, you drafted a Trick Room team. I don't think it's fair to say you have to. You chose to when you were drafting this team. Like, you're saying that like, oh, just accidentally drafted a bunch of slow Pokemon on a slow team. I mean, you know, you drafted some really good Trick Room setters, and then Pokemon that function really well in Trick Room. I don't think it's like an honest way to describe it to say that you have to. That's just what you chose in drafting.
Yeah, I like to have the flexibility, and I kind of shoehorn myself into that.
Yeah, the fact that Veluza doesn't get Trick Room is also just really terrible.
Yeah,
I guess I could have brought Trick Room in Prison, but the problem is that my Trick Room in Prison, like if Veluza had Trick Room in Prison, I 100% would. But yeah, I mean, look, you didn't KO Flutter with your Wave Crash, so
Yeah.
it's not like it was a good play. It's not like you would have played around Trick Room in Prison if I had gone for it. But yeah.
Oh yeah, that would have totally fucked me. I figured since you didn't have a game 1, I figured it wasn't there, but
yeah,
I figured
I
I'd
needed
just
like
see
a million
Dazzling
moves.
Gleam Protect. Yeah.
And it turns out I didn't, because all of them were bad. Dazzling Gleam wasn't doing anywhere near enough damage, and Protect wasn't. Like Protect was okay. I got out of Trick Room and then still lost. Yeah. I mean, obviously the main thing when you're playing a team like yours with Trick Room is you just get to invest in bulk, and then my moves don't get to do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised to not see you be the safety goggles item overcoat on Komodo, because one, who cares about Shadow Ball? You're still taking a lot from Moonblast with this spread, and two, Sleep Powder and your own sand with Life Orb.
Yeah. That was definitely something I was considering for a while, but I like the I like the surprise factor of turn 1 Terra Ghost bulletproof into Terra Ghost Shadow Claw. I think it OHKOs most, if not all, Flutter mains with the Life Orb.
Presume it OHKOs mine. I didn't have a super bulky one. That said, I wish I'd had it more offensive, because I could have invested it more offensively. What did Bruxish wind up living on? Like 20 or something?
Yeah, it was really close.
Like
in
10?
game 1 it was on like 9, yeah.
9? Yeah, I mean, look, if I'd invested, I don't know, maybe if I'd gone like the max modest route, that would have done something, but...
Yeah, the offensive Vivillon was not something I was expecting.
It's not offensive, it's just Sash.
Yeah, still, max attack Hurricane.
I ran max speed, and
damage.
the max speed obviously also was, less damage, but only 4% more damage. I don't know. Yeah, your prep worked out pretty effectively. I think I was running speed for DD Tar on Flutter, and you didn't bring DD Tar, therefore it was a bad decision. Though, if you had brought it, it wouldn't have been great.
Flutter itself, I was gonna do speed. I was thinking about Clangorous on Como, but just Flutter main's so fast with a booster. I figured if you were thinking about that, you just could deny that immediately if you wanted it. So I decided not to even try.
I didn't think you could really set it against anything, like any lead that I brought.
It was a big risk, yeah.
Because I don't know, what were you doing? You're clicking Terra Steel and Rage Powder to set it?
Yeah, something like that.
Because if you're not, if you're Terra Fire or the other one, Poison, then you're still not taking the Hurricane and able to get the Clang off.
Right.
But
the Hurricane,
that
was I did not expect that. I was thinking Sleep Powder or nothing. And in the case of the...
Well, I clicked Sleep Powder game 2, it lost me the game.
True.
Yeah, I don't know. Tyranitar getting knockoff was also just an incredibly unnecessary buff. That mon did not need it.
Yes, it did. So nice. The best move fucking all time.
It's like, Crunch Tyranitar was already, really strong.
Yeah.
I don't know why they decided to use more.
Yeah. T-Tar was even, in draft, I used T-Tar before with... Back in the day, it was amazing, and then you just give it, the best move of all time that gets stab on, and it's, I think, the strongest user of, right?
I don't know.
I'd imagine
I know
so.
Urshifu doesn't get knockoff. Why don't they buff my Pokemon? Why did they buff yours?
Yeah, Roaring Moon beats it by 5 points, might be.
Yveltal?
Yveltal does get knockoff in some gens. I don't even...
It's
not even in this
is it
one,
in this gen? I don't think so.
I don't think it is.
Yeah.
Nope.
But it's still stronger, because it's got the Dark Aura, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Pow doesn't get knock, right? Does Hooper get knock?
It might... Well, it doesn't look like...
I think Hooper's got a higher attack stat.
Oh, sweet, it got knocked now. It didn't used to. Well, it's also got the Hyper Hole, whatever.
Yeah, but it's a stronger knockoff user with that 160 attack. That's a slightly more than Roaring Moon's, 137, I want to say?
Yeah, 139.
139?
That's a lot
all
of
I'm saying
damage.
is, it's mildly better Pokemon. RUBL. Dude, Hooper is not an easy Pokemon to use. Having one resist is not great.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And
look,
I've only ever used it in singles, and even that was pretty brutal.
Oh, I think it's much easier to use in singles, because...
Oh, it definitely is.
It's just like, if you Okra their Pokemon, you don't take damage. It's not that hard.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, look, thank you everyone for watching. Always fun having pop up on the channel. It'll be linked down below, and hopefully we'll be coming to an 8 later this week. Goodbye.
Very shortly.